It also puts me in mind of 3 brief stories that inspired me and remind me why I do what I do as a school board member. The first is of a student who has lost his father, and these all took place in the area of which I live. He'd lost his father when he was in high school. He and his dad were working together on a diesel engine when suddenly the dad collapsed from a heart attack. The son performed CPR until a rescue team arrived, but they couldn't save his dad. Imagine going through the rest of your school year trying to stay focused and achieve your goal. This courageous student not only finished the school year, but excelled, ending up on a high honors list. His ultimate goal is to finish college and open a business in diesel engine repair, because that is what his dad did and what they were doing together on that fateful day. The second is of a blind student who came from a very large family whose parents were not highly educated but were deeply motivated to help their son make it on his own. Every school day presented the challenges not only in learning but navigating a huge campus in the Utica School District. This young man initially had a guide to help him move about, but after a short time, the guide said he could give tours of the school himself. He too was going on to further his education. And finally, there was this young girl who lost her mother. As the oldest sibling, she became the head of the household to look after her younger family. She made sure her brothers and sisters ate, had clean clothes, and got to school. But her determination was such that she was driven to do exceptionally well in school, participate in sports, and engage in community work. She is going on to college to be a nurse. I'm sure you all have similar stories that inspire you and drive you, your work as a school board member. As your newly elected president, I have adopted the theme, every child does matter. To remind us of our awesome responsibility, we need to keep in mind that discussions about state aid, property tax caps, school building closures, and many of 100 other different issues are important only insofar as they have a direct bearing on the education of children. Every decision we make, every dollar we spend, every building we construct has to be done in the interest of the children we serve. Wayne Rogers, my friend and colleague on NYSSBA's board of directors, said something at one of our board retreats in September that continues to resonate with me. He said, "We are walking down a dimly lit path with only points of light." It's up to us as school board members to light the whole path so that our children have a brighter future. Imagine looking up to the sky on a clear night at all those brightly lit stars. Now imagine every one of those brightly lit stars as being a child that is looking to us to do what we can to help them. That is our charge as school board members. Now back to my wife, Julie. I remembered. She probably doesn't realize it, but she's been perhaps my biggest inspiration and mentor as a board member. Julie runs a daycare out of our home. She's done it for 30 plus years, and she has watched probably over 100 children. She takes in kids with all kinds of differing cognitive and physical abilities, limitations, socioeconomic circumstances. Never once has she turned away anyone who has requested her services, no matter how great the challenge. Not the child with spina bifida she watched, not the child with muscular dystrophy, and not our own 2 grandchildren who are autistic. Julie's commitment to these kids is not unlike our commitment as school board members. Every child has a legal right to a free public education. Whereas Julie takes in all comers, but choice all of the public schools each one of us in this room represents, has a legal obligation to provide that education with no exceptions. As your new NYSSBA president, I would like us to all remember that we do what we do because of the children in our care. And I would just like everybody to say with me what my motto is, what my theme's going to be, and we should say it together. Every child does matter. Children do indeed matter. Thank you for electing me your president of this very great organization. Thank you. Susan, we'd like to thank you. Your hard work and dedication over the last 2 years has been impressive. Much as I need a gavel, when you retire at the end of your term, your gavel will need a prominent place to rest. Please accept this gavel holder with the thanks of the association for all of your hard work. Thank you.